Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you the books that I am currently reading. Welcome back to That Cozy Book Nook, everyone. Hi, if you're new, my name is Tori, and I'm currently reading 3 books. I don't know how that happened either. I don't read 3 books at a time. It doesn't happen. The first book is the one that I'm almost finished with. I'm like 100 pages, am I? Before I start speaking lies. Yes, I have like a little over 100 pages left, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Oh my god. My god, it's crazy. I haven't read a fantasy book in a while. Have I? I haven't read a fantasy book in a while. This is the fantasy book that it's definitely one of the best I've probably read in my whole life, and just one of the best that I've read in a really, really long time. It's that good. It's like binge worthy good too, but I don't know why I'm not finished with it yet. We're following this 16-year-old girl named Zelly, and she actually we're following 3 different people, but one of the primary people is Zelly, and it takes place in this land, Orisha, where magic used to just be super abundant, and Zelly's mother was known as a reaper, and the king of this land just years and years ago just completely sucked the land of magic. He just killed everyone they call them magi, and he killed everyone with these abilities, and so magic was just kind of wiped out of the land. Fast forward all these years, and then we have Zelly, who's known as a diviner, and she becomes kind of almost tasked with bringing magic back to this land, and in doing so she crosses paths with the land's princess Amari and Amari's brother Anan, and it's told in their 3 different perspectives, and it's just good. It's like it takes all of the fantasy tropes and all of the young adult tropes, and Tomi does something so great with it. It's honestly binge worthy, guys. I can't honestly tell you all how much I've been enjoying reading this book. It's truly a breath of fresh air, I think, in the fantasy genre, and I'm just having such a great time with it. This is the book that I picked up. I had to stop my other current read so I could start reading this, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, this has been my main read for March, and it has not disappointed me, guys. This is definitely going to be 5 out of 5 stars. I can already tell when I'm finished. And I believe this is going to be like the first in a trilogy. So it's all good things happening right there. The next book that I'm currently reading is Triptych, and this is by Karen Slaughter. So this is my 3rd Karen Slaughter book. And you know what? So the 2 that I've read is The Good Daughter, which I thought was amazing. I binge read that like the beginning of this year. And then I also read Pretty Girls recently, which I thought was really good. For some reason, I'm not flying through this one as quickly as I was the other 2, but it definitely is interesting, and it is holding my attention, despite the fact I'm reading it pretty slowly. Like all Karen Slaughter books, there's a killer going around. Why am I smiling? That's not fun. There's a serial killer on the loose in Atlanta, and this murderer is kind of crossing the boundaries of like race and class and all that kind of stuff. So basically, like, no one is safe. And one of the main cops on the case is this cop named Michael, but he's just a really problematic character. He's going through his own things. And someone else who is also on the case is someone who Michael has a romantic history with, and things are just not going well. But then, pretty conveniently, this other, 3rd player steps into this investigation and kind of changes the direction of it, and kind of everything that Michael and this other cop think that they know about what's going on. So, like I said, I am enjoying this so far. It probably sounds weird to say, but I found that it's not so far as like shocking or like gore. I know I'm not desensitized to it yet. I'm not completely desensitized to Karen Slaughter yet, but I've noticed it's not like as gory and as like almost as shocking as her other 2 books that I've read so far. Because if that first chapter of The Good Daughter didn't like scar your reading taste for life, then I don't know what did. This next book is the one that I stopped reading to pick up Children of Blood and Bone. I don't know still like too much about this book, because I'm not that far into it, and there's no summary, or like there's no synopsis on the back of the book, not even on the inside, and that is The Moon and the Other by John Kessel. I've heard of John Kessel before, but not extensively enough to just like go seeking out his work in the bookstore, but I did come across this while I was browsing in Barnes & Noble and just kind of recognized the name and picked it up. And what happened? There's no synopsis. This book is science fiction, and it takes place on a colony on the moon. So already, pretty excited. So it takes place in this colony on the moon, and women are like the top notch in this colony. Women are like top of the social, political class, and men are just kind of the low rung of society, basically. And so we have a few key players in this book, but one of the main ones is Erno. Erno used to be a part of this, I don't know if it's like an organization or something like that on the moon called the City of Cousins, but he does something to get himself exiled, and then he goes to the City of Cousins, like rival organization, place, city. It's very confusing, guys. I'm literally only on page like 33. I'm reading it and it just feels so ambitious. It feels like a really kind of powerful commentary on gender and politics, except it's on the moon. So it's interesting though, because the people who live on the moon now, they've kind of taken all of their, you realize that they've kind of taken all of their earthly issues with them. Just how they're navigating that has been really interesting so far. So I am excited to continue reading this. I probably won't like seriously dive into this until I finish Children of Blood and Bone, which hopefully will be tomorrow. Don't quote me on that, but I am really, really enjoying this so far. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, guys, what you all have been reading, what you all have been up to, and if you've read any of these three, I want to hear about it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.